Today we got a pretty good project. Gonna be putting in a new Sillcock. You know what a Sillcock is, don't you? And there's the old one up here, right there. A little bit of a backstory on this. About 2 years ago, water company came in and put in a backflow preventer and a new water meter on our house. And that caused all kinds of problems. What had happened was it prevented the flow of the water to go back, and we didn't have one of those on our water heater. That's a expansion tank. When the water heater warms up, it expands the water, and that expansion tank absorbs the expansion of the water. Without a backflow preventer on the water heater, the water would back up, the pressure would back up and then go all the way through, come all around there and down here, and then end up going out back into the city system. It's a safety feature for public water. So anyways, when they went ahead and they put the backflow preventer and the new water meter on, the pop-off valve, which is located somewhere on the top of that right there. It's too dark back there. I ain't even gonna go back there. But the pop-off valve kept on popping off, and I was getting a lot of water leakage and everything. So I put the expansion tank in. So that took care of the problem, except for I had 90 psi of water pressure on the tank for some reason, or on the system. So, jeez. It really pushed it to the limit. That expansion tank is only rated at like 85 or 90 itself. So it's running it right at its limits. Towards the, pull this off. Towards the end of summer last year, we had a water main go down the block, and this thing was leaking water all over the place. They went ahead and did the repair, but what had happened was it increased the water pressure up to 125 psi, which is a ridiculous amount of water pressure. It's good for some, but anyways. So that expansion tank was no longer doing its job. It would only regulate the water up to like 90 psi, and again, I had the pop-off valve start popping off. What I had to do then is I had to install this pressure regulator, which is no big deal. I've installed these before. But, oh, you like my little sponges? Right here? There are unions up underneath here, and they were leaking. When I first installed this. They usually seal up by themselves, so no big deal. So I just put the sponges there so it absorbs the water, and then it evaporates into the air. They'll stop by themselves. So anyways, I put the pressure regulator in, and my Sillcock came in right here. The Sillcock was less than desirable, so what I decided to do is I decided to go ahead and get a new one, and I'll be installing that today. Now, while I have this open and I have the lines all foobarred up, I'm going to go ahead and replace this on and off valve. That's for the main water coming in. It stops, but it just drips a little bit. And I'm also going to install a pair of water filters. I'm going to do a 20 micron and a 5 micron. And it's not for anything else but to see what exactly is in the water system here. And I'm interested in finding out how long it takes for them to get clogged. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to install pressure gauges before, middle, and after. and that'll give me an idea of what my pressure is. Also, it'll help me to adjust the water pressure for the whole house using the water pressure regulator a lot easier. And that's the game plan for today. So let me go ahead and go outside to the water meter, because I'm not going to be able to turn off that water valve and turn off the water to the whole house. I'm going to go out to the water meter and turn off the water. I'll be back in here in a minute. What I plan on doing is terminating the line at the shutoff valve. Coming up with a short piece of copper. And then coming over here, running up. Well, I'll probably end up taking the pressure regulator valve, and I'm going to put it in this run over here. And I'm going to take an elbow, come up, and shoot over this way. I want to pick up my Sillcock sometime before I'm going to install the water filters up here, and I got to put the Sillcock somewhere before the water filters, because that's just a water hose. I'm not gonna really need it for. I'm not gonna need filtered water on the water hose, so I'll install that somewhere before there, and I'll put a T in there. But this ought to be pretty good. It shouldn't be that bad. Let's step through this, and I'll go ahead and start taking this apart, and you should see what's going on. Oh, don't forget, turn off your water heater. I'm gonna go do that now. I have the water turned off in the house. I also have the kitchen sink faucet opened up, and that'll fit there. Let me get a pipe wrench. Oh no, no, no! Don't use a pipe wrench! There'll probably be a little bit of water that comes out of this. And that thing's tight. Come on, baby, break loose. There we go. I have a bucket over here to try and catch this. How do you like our nasty basement? That's probably enough for right now. Yeah. Just toss that down there. Watch, I pinch my fingers between here. There we go. That came off nice. Okay, well, there's one pressure relief valve right there. inside so it can cool a little bit. And now we go after that valve. That's going to take a while to heat up. That's nice. Just throw that in the ground. I want to kind of make sure I get a valve on here fast because I don't have a lockout tag out on the water meter, and I don't want somebody to come by and say, oh, we got to turn the water on here or whatever. So the sooner I get a valve on this, the better. Oh yeah, this is a quarter turn valve. The reason why they call it that is because this is open right now and it's closed. It only takes a quarter turn to operate it. And there's a little ball inside there. Hope you can see that. These things are very handy, this way you're not cranking down forever to try to turn the water on and off. I'm going to have to take some emery cloth to that connection right there because it's a little tight. So let's get some emery cloth. Go to town. Professional plumbing here. Let's see if this is sticking down enough. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, let me get my slip fitting. Some people might be thinking, well, why the heck doesn't he just come from the water inlet, put a T here, come from the water inlet, put a T, and pick up the Sillcock? Well, remember, this is 125 psi water. I went through so many hoses because of the excessive water pressure. I want to have the Sillcock on the downside, or on the regulated pressure side of the system. It'll work out a little bit better that way. Let's cut pipe or copper. That looks good. Now these slip fittings, they come in several different variances. I like to use the ones that don't have the stops in the middle, because sometimes when you get in a tight spot, a stop will stop you from pushing this slip thing on, your slip connector on all the way. But without the little notch in the middle of it, you can bring this all the way over and then bring another pipe to it and then just slip it over and then do your connection. It saves you from using the union sometimes. It just depends what you're doing. But yeah, I prefer them without the notch. You just kind of eyeball it, that's all. Like right there. That's ready to go. That's ready to go. Let me get... Looks good so far. Let me get an elbow. Looking good. One elbow. We moved out to the garage for a short minute. I needed to use the vise for this. What's really important, there's a couple of seals inside here that you really can't hit with a lot of heat. So to prevent that, what I'm gonna put this vice grip on here to act as a heat sink. And hopefully that'll draw away just enough heat to keep that from overheating. We'll see. Either it works or it don't. And if it don't work, I'll just put that gosh darn gate valve back on. I had to take the handle off because I didn't want to burn it up. I have 50,000 gazillion of these things laying around, and I know I have a used one somewhere. All I can find was a new one, so just deal with it. Take a little flux, put it on the brush. Just a real tight touch underneath in here, because heat rises and this stuff will melt and it will go into the crack just fine. Yeah. By golly, I think that did it. Okay, next. You see how hot this is. Yeah. Look how nice that flux cleans up that pipe. Saying right now, I probably should have put the elbow on there first, right? Come on. Why do it easy? Come on, get on there. There you go. Oof, a little warm. Okay. Fire it up. Going crazy with this crap because I don't want any leaks on this one. Cool. Let's take that off. Darn, I should have brought that bucket of water out here. Set that in here. Yeah, look at that. Still hot. That. And let's get a little bit more for the fitting. looks good. Let's rock. Where the hell's my solder? There it is. That'll work. Back into the house. And for your entertainment value, yeah, that wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. Darn, man. Okay, it is what it is. I don't know how many of you caught that, but originally what I was going to do is just put the elbow there and then shoot off and pick this up there. However, I decided to go ahead and just go ahead and put this a little straight on here and then put the elbow up here. It still gives me plenty of room to pick up the Sillcock. I run this back. I'm going to go ahead and put the pressure regulator right here, and it won't be sticking way the heck out by the window. In that window. So that'll work out a little bit better. Okay, next up is to go ahead and mount this shutoff valve right here, so I ain't gonna have any worries about anybody doing, opening up the valve out there by the meter and flooding out the basement. My wife wouldn't like that. Darn wives. And the reason why I took that down a little bit, I noticed it was a little tight, so it doesn't hurt to take care of that a little bit and knock that off a little bit. Now let's solder on this valve. You don't need a whole lot of flux. Go. Let's rock. Okay. Did you see that? It didn't lock up. Feels good too. That must mean I didn't screw up the seals. And I didn't melt them to the ball. Not bad. Okay, that's that. Now we gotta come over, we gotta pick up pressure regulator. These are marked inlet outlet, by the way, so you gotta be careful. This one installs this way. And that'll look good right there. I had to find the coupler. I did is I cut a little bit off this. No big deal. Cleaned it up. Now I gotta clean up the inside of here. All I'm doing is just cleaning up this here. I didn't do that last time I installed it, and there was probably some defect or something, and that's why they were leaking. I also cleaned up the inside of here too. Does that say inlet? It sure does. It's hot. Okay. Gotta get this off here, because this goes down to here. And clean this mofo up. Dang, that looks good. And we want to go right there with that. Okay. It's still warm. Rock on. What I need to do now is install the Sillcock, and it'll come right out that hole right there. Sillcock will be up against the wall right here. This will be put inside right there. I'm going to use a couple of screws or bolts, whatever, some sort of anchors to anchor it to the stone wall. I'm not going to bring you out there with me to do that, but I will show you the result. There's just nowhere to set you, because that's all rocks out there and everything's unstable. I just went out and checked it out, and it just was not going to work. So, but before you start doing this stuff, make sure you take the stem out of the Sillcock so nothing gets damaged, and it's easier access to the bolt holes. I'll see you in a few minutes. Well, for me it'll be a few minutes. And here we go. You got the installation in. Have the two water filters, the Sillcock, pressure relief valve, or the pressure regulator, and there's 1, 2, 3 gauges. The whole idea behind this is so I can regulate the pressure regulator. This gauge right here. This gauge right here will tell me how much this filter gets clogged up. This gauge right here will tell me how much this filter gets clogged up. And plus, I don't know how much of a visual I'll get off this, but there might be some. We'll see. Sorry for not bringing you through this whole thing. We'll see what happens, how long these last. I don't know. A lot of the plumbers, and I'm one of them, say they have to install these shark bites behind a wall because these little rubber seals will fail eventually. They will fail eventually. But well, as far as that goes, we'll just wait and see how long it takes for them to fail. In a year, if I don't do an update on the shark bites specifically, once every month I'm going to go ahead and do an update on the filters. Or I don't know how long. When I see a noticeable difference, or at a month, every month, I'll do an update on the filters, and we'll see how those are doing. I have the pressure coming into the system set at 60 psi. Come on, baby, focus. Focus. You don't want to focus. Yeah, you gotta trust me. It's 60 psi. All 3 gauges, well, as a matter of fact, 2 of the 3 is reading 60. This one right here is reading about 65 psi. So it is what it is. Wish it was a little bit more accurate. You know, these are $30 units. So I don't know. But this should be an interesting little project, just to see how much a municipal water system actually puts in our water and how much is caught. Now remember, this is a 20 micron filter and this is a 5 micron filter. So we'll see. It should be pretty good. Well, like I said, this is 60 psi, and about 65 psi on that one. That's about it. I really don't have that much else to say other than it was a pretty good deal. I haven't did any serious plumbing around here. Well, I did install the pressure relief, or the pressure regulator, water pressure regulator, and I also installed the expansion tank. Those are all sweat fittings, but I did plumbing and residential maintenance for about 25 years, and it's been a while since I've done this stuff before, you know, again. So it was pretty cool. I liked it. Came out pretty good. Oh yeah, one more thing. I'm going to go ahead and mount a 2x4 up here. I have some steel angle that I picked up from Home Depot today. I have some steel angle that I'm going to go ahead and mount off the 2x4. When I do the first update for the filters, you'll see what I did there. Gonna be some custom work. You might enjoy it. But that is it. Thanks for watching. Hit the thumbs up button or hit the thumbs down button. If you think this video really sucked, I want you to give it to me. Tell me why you liked it. Tell me why you didn't like it. And have a blessed day. Thank you all for watching. Bye.